Hello, I'm Dr. Rasor. Welcome to the 5-Minute Thinker, where we spend just 5 minutes thinking about the deeper questions of life. Mental health. There is a lot of talk today about this issue, and rightly so. There has been a drastic uptick in cases of depression and anxiety in the last decade or so. Numerous reasons have been offered for why this increase has occurred, from our way of life all the way to interesting conspiracy theories. But mental health is also a concern for thinking clearly and doing philosophy well. Oftentimes, but not always, mental health is caused and or influenced by false patterns of thinking or believing something incorrectly about reality. Thus, if we want to think better and therefore make better decisions in life, we need to clean up as best as we can our mental health, which means we need to identify those false thought patterns and beliefs. Although I am not a psychologist or a licensed counselor, there are numerous thought patterns that are well known that lead to poor mental health. Let's just take a look at 4. First, all or nothing thinking. This is when you view things in stark black and white categories. For example, if you were to say every Democrat is wrong about everything relating to government just because they're a Democrat. It reminds us of the phrase Anakin Skywalker had in Episode 3. If you're not with me, then you're against me. Another type of thought that is poor for mental health is mind reading. This is arbitrarily concluding that someone is reacting negatively to you, and you don't bother to verify if it's true or not. Let's say you had a fight with a spouse and you start to think of all the things that he or she is going to say next, and so you try to come up with a response to, quote, show them up. Another poor thought pattern is fortune telling. This is when you anticipate that things will turn out badly and you feel certain your prediction is true. For example, maybe you had a bad Monday and so you conclude that, this whole week is going to be bad. Fourthly, emotional reasoning. This assumes your negative emotions are necessarily a reflection of the way things really are. Let's say you get into an argument with a loved one and you feel very hurt. And so you reason from that your loved one no longer cares for you. All of these types of thought patterns and much more are detrimental to mental health, which leads to poor reasoning and poor thinking. My good friend and colleague Gary Osmundson writes in our multi-authored book, A Christian Introduction to Philosophy, quote, "Those irrational thought patterns and or behavior patterns contribute toward inaccurate interpretations of reality, unjustified beliefs, irresponsible behaviors, and irrational thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Unless we learn how to discover those culprits, our psychological well-being will suffer and our ability to get to truth weakens." If you struggle with mental health and these false thought patterns, I encourage you to find a good Christian psychologist or counselor who can help you overcome them. There's no shame in admitting these difficulties. Shoot, I did, and I still see a counselor for some of these issues. And there are millions of people who suffer from poor mental hygiene. So do yourself a favor. Make good mental hygiene a priority. Only then will seeking and obtaining truth be much easier.